Here he goes.
Yo, 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 yo.
I'm saying the man of the hour. You had the champ waiting 19 minutes, man.
You told me 10:05, boy.
14 minutes. I'm saucy.
14 minutes.
I'm
That's it.
saucy. Yo, Chilla, you ever
That's
drunk Tiger Bone?
nah.
All right,
Slit?
bro. Next time I'm gonna see you next month. I'm gonna definitely bring a
Yeah.
bottle.
Okay.
You're gonna be smacked.
Turn up.
Let's get straight to it. It's Christmas Eve. This how you know niggas is devoted to the culture. We on here talking to the people. Let's start with this Kayshawn situation, man. What's
Let's talk
going on,
about it.
man? Kayshawn said he's ready for smoke next year. Chilla Jones versus Kayshawn on URL on caffeine. I'm pretty sure y'all in the top 5 of contention for champion of the year. How
For
you
sure.
feel? How you feel about that?
I feel good about it, man. Listen, I'm with all the smoke. I'm with
Mm.
all the smoke. Um, Shine is dangerous right now. Shine, one of the best on earth. So it's gonna force me to elevate. That's all. It's gonna force me to go in a different bag for him. But but yeah, we last time we was on here, D, what was we talking about? We was talking about champion of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him this face to face, but I was on here and we was talking about what would Shine have to do in my eyes
Yeah.
to be considered for champion of the year, and I think we all said he would have to 30 pat for for this to be a real
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. Since we saying what we said, what did I say though?
You said you felt like he was a contender prior.
No, and I said I thought he was going 30 pack.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Hey,
You did.
I'm a little.
And and,
I
and
might
he
be a
did.
little
And he
psychic, man.
did.
Hey, but listen. So Sean 30 pack. You won the battle versus B Dot.
hmm
So do you feel like after that makes y'all like right there, like after that, or do you feel like because of Sean's 30 he's ahead? How right now if we had to ask Chilla Jones on December 24th,
hmm
who what would you call the top 5 right now for this champion of the year?
In order,
Yeah. Well, at this point
um,
we got to the year's over.
I think Chilla Shine is top two.
Okay.
Obviously I'm gonna have myself first, but I think I want to say we're the clear top two right now
Okay.
after Volume 6. I think B. Geechee and Ill Will are probably 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna say Geechee. I'm gonna say Geechee, B. Ill Will. So Chilla Shine, Geechee, B. Ill
Mm.
Will would probably be my list.
Yeah.
4 and 5 you could flip depending on how you feel, but I think me, Shine, and Geechee's top three though.
Mm. I agree with that.
That's
I,
how I'm
I,
feeling.
I agree with the 5. I don't know about the order. You know what I'm saying? I would have
Yeah,
Sean 1, you probably 2, Dot 3.
thought over Geechee. Yeah,
I'm saying, you know why? Because like, all right, since we here, let's clarify, like in your eyes, Chilla, right? Because this is a great conversation that I think people gotta establish, even though Black did. What
yeah,
what criteria do you feel like it takes to be champion of the year? Because I think everybody has a different definition, and I think
for sure.
that's what always alters people's like thought process on like why did he get it if I think it's this. So in your definition, what do you think makes champion of the year?
Yeah, I think it's a few different things, bro. Strength of schedule is definitely one.
Mm,
As far as resume and you know what I'm saying, where the people that you've battled rank in the culture, consensus wise, like are they top tier, are they mid tier, are they, whatever, whatever. Um, Obviously, I think 30s mean a lot.
yeah.
Um, and that's part of the reason why I think Sean is definitely top two. Um, I think impact is a big one also.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even somebody, for instance, let's take Daylight for example. Daylight battled one time and had a very very large impact with his 3 rounds. I don't think he's a champion of the year candidate,
Yeah.
but I think if Daylight had given us two of those type of performances, I think people would be considering him. You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
just think he hasn't done enough. But the impact was there. So for me, it's strength of schedule. It's how the battles turned out, slash how many 30s you got or whatever, and the impact. How much did what you do and your quotables and your, what I'm saying, how much did you influence the culture? How much did we talk about you? How much did we
Hmm.
discuss you? You know what I'm saying? I think those is probably my criteria for champion of the year.
I agree with that. Now, the reason why I asked that is because with B Dot and Geechee, I feel like B Dot has more standout moments this year than Geechee.
Bigger impact. I agree.
Now, it might be because Geechee has been doing what he's doing.
It is.
So it's
It is.
surprising to see B Dot. You know what I'm saying? I think that plays a part in it too, as in the shock value. Because all right, it's like when Geechee first did it, we didn't think he was capable of doing it. So it was like, oh wow, this guy could do it. Now it becomes a all right. We used to that. What else can you do?
Right.
And for B Dot, it's like we haven't seen you do this. So now that you're doing it, okay, cool. Because I feel like with you and B Dot, that was a big situation in
Yeah.
terms of like where the ranks was gonna go and Sean's battle too and Ill Wills.
Exactly. I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying on that day. So I definitely got B Dot probably over, and I won't say it's because Geechee didn't do what Geechee does. I just think it's more of shock value with B
Yeah.
Dot this year.
Yeah, and it's kind of what I said in the battles. It's not all about resume. It's the storyline. I think the
Hmm.
storyline for me and B Dot, because of how we've elevated in terms of like, no pun intended, but how we've elevated in terms of like, um kind of being one of the most talked about people this year, which
Hmm.
I don't think me or B Dot, what I'm saying, outside of some standout moments that I think we always have, we're not usually amongst the most talked about in the culture. Whereas I feel
Yeah.
like this year we've definitely been, top five most talked about. So I agree with that. That's part of the reason why I have myself ahead of Shine. Is also because Shine's been in contention for champion of the year. Also, the year him and Geechee battle, I thought he should have won champion of the year that year.
Yeah, I believe.
Partly because I feel like he won that battle too. But
I think he should
you
have
know,
won that year because I think certain intangibles should have played a factor in that year because it was like Geechee was definitely in the runnings. I think I would have had him as two, Sean as one. I think Sean won that battle, which should have made him champion of the year. And
mhm,
I feel like if people were saying like, all right, well, Sean didn't have that many battles on URL, and Sean didn't battle the same quality of competition as Geechee, I feel like okay, cool, respect. But at the same time, Geechee clearly got smoked that year by
yeah,
A1. So
yeah,
I think that intangible alone should have said, all right, well, that put Sean over because not only did Sean beat him, not only was Sean's other battles considered 30s, but you took a clear loss this year and Sean didn't.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And that's an unbiased opinion. That's just me standing back looking like, okay, he 30 young cannon in Chicago. This is what people forgot. People was just saying the caliber of name, but they're forgetting where this is happening at. He
right,
30 young cannon in Chicago. He 30 E Ness in Philly. You see what I'm saying? Like that narrative wasn't being painted of where it's happening at. He
yeah,
30 mils on a comeback. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
People say he 30 Ave. That was in Queens though, but just being the caliber of Ave. And then he beat Geechee. So that's why I said like not only was it 30s, but it was 30s where it happened at. Then the other person that was in contention, I think that's the only year we ever got to see that too, which was dope. The two
yeah,
people that was running, they battled, and then Geechee had a clear loss versus A Ward, which is why I said that. But
right,
nonetheless, this year, um, I feel like this year is the closest race because, like I said, you had a phenomenal year up into Dot, fumbling with you, and even through the fumble, he had a phenomenal year.
yeah,
Geechee had a phenomenal year. Will had a phenomenal year, and Sean continued the streak for the past 2 years onto the third with another phenomenal year. So that's why I felt
Yeah,
like this year was, you know what I'm saying, more competitive. Now, because of the magnitude with Pat, I have Sean over everybody else because I just feel like everybody, even if you had Sean winning against Pat, you expected it to be a dogfight because it was
yeah,
so left
100%.
of what it was, and he just made him look like that. Whatever. It's like, yeah, that shit is sold up. But when you saying you ready, you with it, you versus Sean, is this top of the year, middle of the year, end of the year? Where's Chilla Jones and K.
I mean,
Sean happening?
I mean,
Ideally
I
for
mean,
you.
I'm waiting on the I'm waiting on the green light on my end because
Mm,
me and Beasley have had that conversation in the past week, and so I know URL wants to do it. I know Sean wants to do it. They know I want to do it. It's just a matter of Beasley hitting my line and saying, okay, it's a go.
mm,
Um, Now, there's definitely been some talk of us getting it done soon.
mm,
You know what I'm saying, and I'm with that. But the other side of me is like, at least for me, this battle means something.
mm,
I don't necessarily wanna make this a 11 days prep or 14 days prep kind of thing for me.
mm.
Um, but at the same time, I'm a warrior, and I'm a you know what I'm saying. Regardless of the magnitude of the battle, I don't duck smoke. So
Mm.
it's just gonna be up to URL to find the best situation and see how soon. But if we had to do it in 2 3 weeks, I'm down. If they if that's something URL wanted to do for a larger event, I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying? As long as we get everything figured out, bro, I'm with it as soon as 2 or 3 weeks out.
Mm.
That's all the time I really really need is I would say 3 weeks, and I can get ready to put on a show.
Got you, got you. Kayshawn said in the chat, 14 days is all he needs.
I know it is because I know what Sean got
Mm.
in the tuck. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Sean because we got a chance to chop it up a lot. Volume 6 weekend. I know Sean gonna be ready, and I know what he gonna do. That's fine.
Yeah.
For me, Beasley. As soon as Beasley get me that bag, I'm with it.